People don't respect you because you're too scared to lose them. You bend, adjust, over-explain, and you stay silent when you should speak. I used to do the same. Then I learned one brutal rule. Respect doesn't come from being liked. It comes from being willing to walk away. The day you stop begging for approval is the day people finally start taking you seriously. Ask yourself which weighs more, the urge to be liked or the cost of being weak? Comfort disguises itself as safety. Safety feels like love, but comfort is a slow death of will. When you cannot lose, you cannot win. Here is the first lie. Compromise builds bridges. It does until you become the bridge's foundation. You keep holding a structure that crushes your shoulders. Being agreeable is often surrender. Influence follows boundaries. Boundaries are maps people read. Without them, you are a fog, so start small. Say no to what costs you more than it gives. Watch people rearrange. That movement tells you who valued you for real. But saying no triggers loss. Loss triggers fear. Fear triggers people-pleasing. The loop repeats. You know what to do, but your heart betrays you. That tension is the test. Learn to hold tension without dissolving. Take 1 minute each morning to practice silence. Let discomfort pass without action. Your nervous system will learn that discomfort is not fatal. Now the second lie. You think being right earns respect. Not always. Consistency does. Consistency is the quiet muscle that shapes belief. People respect the person who moves with integrity, not the loudest critic. Make promises to yourself and keep them. Make small bets you can win. You want immediate validation. The world rewards flashes, but flashes fade. Discipline compounds. Replace applause with results. Let results be the voice that commands the room. Walk toward the smallest act of courage today. Decide small acts of courage are non-negotiable, and watch people begin to rearrange around your new center. Now the lesson deepens. Some relationships are transactional and will never change. You will learn who is durable and who is convenient. That realization is painful and cleansing. You fear loneliness if you cut ties. Loneliness teaches you to be whole. It is not the enemy. Invest in routines that fill you, not people that empty you. Discipline becomes your companion. Respect is invisible until made visible through action. Stop explaining who you are. Show it by your schedule. Make your calendar the loudest argument for your value. People begin to respect what you refuse to trade. Notice how people treat you when you stop reacting. Silence is often mistaken for weakness. But silence that chooses is power. Your ego wants to respond, to defend, to justify. That defense feeds the opponent. Silence starves them. Cultivate the pause. Use it to survey, not to stew. Power grows in that space. Voice matters, not volume. Clarity matters. A calm, firm sentence lands with weight. Practice concise truth. You think you need long explanations. You don't. Say less, mean more. Now measure the cost of inaction. Time slips whether you act or not. Every deferred boundary compounds into lost years. Imagine regret as a ledger of small debts. Make daily deposits into self-respect. Set a wake time. Say no when you mean no. Charge what you are worth. Change invites judgment. People will gossip and push back. If your change hurts their comfort, that is their problem. Your responsibility is to truth, not consensus. This is not theory, it is practice. Respect is a byproduct of inner sovereignty. It is earned when you stop outsourcing your identity. If you want respect, start by refusing to sell your peace. Decide 3 things you will never negotiate again. Keep small rules and enforce them. That is where strength begins. Watch how quickly the world tests you once you draw your first real boundary. People will challenge it not because they hate you, but because they are used to the old version of you that tolerated everything. They will poke at your silence, question your new tone, and accuse you of arrogance. Don't flinch. You are not becoming arrogant, you are becoming aligned. You're simply done explaining your worth to people who benefited from your confusion. That's what self-respect looks like in its raw form. At first it feels lonely, then it starts to feel peaceful, and soon it starts to feel powerful. The ones meant to walk with you will adjust to your new standards. The rest will fade quietly, and that's exactly how it should be. But here's the deeper conflict. You still crave validation even while building independence. That craving is a ghost. It follows everyone who was once dependent on approval. You want to move on, but part of you wants to prove something to those who never believed in you. That's your ego's last trick. It wants revenge disguised as growth. Don't feed it. True evolution happens in silence. The most powerful revenge is becoming untouchable by opinion. When you no longer react to being misunderstood, you win. That's the moment people start to watch you differently. They might still not like you, but they'll respect you because you've become unshakable. Now let's talk about self-negotiation, the quiet killer of respect. Every time you say just this once when you already decided never again, you weaken your foundation. Every broken promise to yourself is a public signal, even if no one hears it. People can sense inconsistency. They can feel when your words are cheap, even if you say them softly, so treat your word like a contract. When you say you're done, mean it. When you commit, follow through. That is how you build the kind of authority that doesn't need to shout. Another micro-conflict. You want respect from others, but you don't yet respect your own time. You waste it explaining yourself to people who've already decided not to understand you. You waste it pleasing people who wouldn't notice your effort if it vanished tomorrow, and still, you call that loyalty. It's not. It's self-abandonment. The harsh truth is that you can't earn external respect until your internal boundaries are non-negotiable. Start treating your attention like currency, because it is. Every time you give it away carelessly, you're paying rent in someone else's world, so start charging interest. Be intentional about where your energy goes. When you stop being accessible to everyone, you stop being invisible to yourself. That's the paradox of respect. When you pull back, people lean in. When you chase, they retreat. When you stand still with clarity, they come closer, even if they don't know why. It's magnetic. Now look deeper. Your discipline isn't about perfection, it's about pattern. You're training the world how to treat you by how consistently you treat yourself. You don't have to announce your standards, just keep them. Watch the noise fall away. Watch silence become your greatest filter. That's when you realize you were never chasing respect. You were reclaiming it. And it was waiting right where you stopped pretending. When that moment hits, something in your posture changes. You walk slower, you talk clearer, you make fewer promises and deliver stronger results. People sense it before they understand it. That is presence, the unspoken power of self-control. You don't have to explain it. It explains you, and that's where true confidence begins. Real confidence is quiet because it's built on proof, not projection. You've tested yourself. You've survived your own doubts. You've seen yourself stand firm when it was easier to fold. That kind of strength can't be faked, and people can feel it before they can name it. That's why some will start respecting you while others start resenting you. Respect exposes insecurity in the people who rely on your weakness. When you rise, they feel small. Don't shrink to comfort them. Every time you dim your power for someone else's comfort, you confirm their illusion that they outrank you. Let them feel the distance. That discomfort is the tuition they pay for underestimating you. Here's another truth. Respect isn't earned once, it's maintained daily. You don't become respected. You stay respected through repetition of standards. Boundaries are like muscles. If you stop using them, they fade. The moment you start letting small disrespect slide, you teach people that your limits are flexible again. And they'll test you, every single time. But that's your opportunity to prove that your growth wasn't a phase, it was a decision. You'll start feeling guilty for being strong, especially when people call your standards attitude. They'll say you've changed, and they'll be right. You have. You've stopped volunteering for pain. You've stopped discounting your worth for approval. That's not arrogance. It's clarity. Stop apologizing for your evolution. Growth isn't supposed to please everyone. It's supposed to purify your circle. Now let's talk about the cost of staying small. Every day you silence yourself, you teach the world that your opinion doesn't matter. Every time you accept less than you deserve, you validate the lie that you're not worth more. And every time you stay where you're not respected, you burn time, the one currency you can never earn back. The cost of peacekeeping is always self-loss. You either pay with discomfort now or regret later. One teaches you, the other haunts you. So choose discomfort, choose truth. Let your boundaries offend the wrong people so your peace can attract the right ones. Say no without a paragraph of apology. Walk away without announcing it. Let your absence explain your worth better than your presence ever could. Power isn't in how loud you speak. It's in how easily you can walk away from what doesn't value you. Now imagine this. You've stopped chasing. You've stopped proving. You've stopped explaining. Suddenly, everything starts aligning. Your work improves, your focus sharpens, your emotions stabilize. That's the quiet reward of self-respect. Balance. The world bends toward those who refuse to bend for everything. From here, life becomes strategy, not survival. You no longer fight for space. You create it. You no longer ask for permission. You give it to yourself. And that's where wealth begins. Because wealth isn't just money. It's control over your time, your attention, and your energy. That's what makes respect valuable. It's the gateway to freedom, so stop trying to be liked, start living by principle, speak less, act cleaner, move sharper. Let consistency do the talking. Because when your actions align with your truth, the world has no choice but to follow. If you're done surviving and ready to live with awareness, strategy, and strength, subscribe to this channel and stay right here. Because this is where transformation begins.